the most dangerous criminal human being, corrupt human being that America has ever elected. And Kevin, you helped him.
When they say stuff like that, it makes me happy. Because it's absolutely unhinged, completely unhinged. So that's when I start laughing. I'm like, oh, well, that's fun. I'm glad we did that. What else can we do?
Derangement syndrome.
Yes, I get it. Sure.
No one is figuring.
Yeah, that's right. I think you guys are bad people who are bad. Yes, are bad for the country. Yes, that's right. To attack the Constitution.
Stop.
Donald Trump. Yeah, people.
Stop.
Yes,
No,
that's right.
this is what they do.
Because most of our people listening to this are Democrats who are miserable, who are depressed, who cut off the news, who are talking to 3 therapists a day.
When Republicans lose, we never say we have to have therapy.
You just say you didn't lost. You just say you didn't lose.
You're out of touch with the public. This election was a rejection of wokeness, and people, every state went more red except Nebraska and Washington State.
Things got super heated during the 2024 election panel discussion at the New York Times Deal Book Summit. But there were a ton of important and, in my opinion, valuable points made during this discussion, which I definitely want to talk about here. Now, when it comes to one of the panelists.
So what's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. So, you know, this was a discussion that was had a little bit before the inauguration. This was after we did elect Donald Trump. And yeah, but you know, the so-called left, what they're doing is figuring out how to communicate better. And we'll talk about that, what that really means. But this is, you know, Anna Kasparian dropping bombs on Van Jones.
Van Jones, he made a lot of great points, and we're going to go to those videos and show you those great points in just a minute. But unfortunately, he made one disastrous point. And I just want to get that out of the way because, Van, what are you doing? Let's watch.
The other thing that we were able to do with Kamala on the doors was Donald Trump is a little baby billionaire. He's a little billionaire. You want to be rich? You're a young black man. You want to be an owner? You want to be an entrepreneur? You want to be a provider? Why are you following this little baby billionaire? Kamala Harris represents real billionaires. She represents California. She represents the biggest, hold on a second, the biggest bunch of billionaires in the world. Vote for her and donate to her. And so you begin to link into the aspirations of these young men who don't like what Donald Trump says, but they like what he's been able to do with his life.
That was bad. That was really bad. And if
that's actually good.
You guys caught it in the very beginning. He's referring to what they were messaging while canvassing for Kamala Harris. People don't love billionaires. Okay, that's not what is appealing about.
It's not about not loving a billionaire or loving a billionaire, but people love $1 billion. What's up with you? Hey, my goal is to be very rich. Yes. That doesn't make me a bad person. Sorry. Nobody's going to come take care of me, right? I want to be very rich, and hey, you know, and in being rich, I can help others, right? What happened? I was born in the 80s, big 80s, y'all. We like big shoulder pads and like big hair and big money. So, yeah, I still have that feeling. I'm sorry, Anna. I don't know what you're saying here. This is completely ridiculous.
Donald Trump, that he's a billionaire, right? What's appealing about Donald Trump is he pretends like he fights against the corruption and the billionaires.
Yeah, that was the great irony of Donald Trump and Elon Musk.
Yeah.
That they're, in my opinion, oftentimes pretending to be populist.
You keep saying pretending, but then you went and glazed Donald Trump and Elon Musk. So I don't understand. Are they, you know what I mean? Like, and it's populist. I'm not here trying to just ask for things, okay? Not if I'm given opportunity to make things on my own. This is America. I'm sorry. Like, I believe that anybody who says they want to be rich, they can be rich. I don't know. Drop a comment. Let me know if I'm not making any sense here or something. I don't know. Maybe I'm saying the wrong things. Also, please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button and the notification bell. Thank you.
While they're actually, well, Trump's not even a billionaire, but while they're spectacularly wealthy, right? But the lesson you got out of this election is, let's highlight how much billionaires love the Democratic Party. You could not have learned a more wrong lesson. Literally impossible. the very worst lesson to learn.
Absolutely. But I want to be fair to Van Jones, because throughout the entire conversation, he was actually making really great points, including what you're about to hear. So just to kind of set this up, Jones was making a point about how there is a disconnect between, young voters who tend to get their information from various platforms versus older voters who usually rely on traditional legacy media outlets. And what I love about the clip you're about to watch is the pushback he gets from Alexis McGill Johnson, who is the president from Planned Parenthood. Take a look.
I asked my son, I got a teenage son, I asked him, who are the most influential people in the world today? I'm thinking to myself, he's going to say Barack Obama, Oprah Winfrey, Jay-Z. He says, Kai Cent, Aiden Ross, Jinxie, and Sketch. I don't know who he's talking about. I said, what platforms are you on? He goes, I'm on Twitch, Kick, and Rumble. I said, that sounds like you need to go to the hospital. What are these platforms? I'm telling you guys, the mainstream has become fringe, and the fringe has become mainstream.
As an organization that reaches millions of people every single day to have conversations around bodily autonomy, we are all on digital, right? So the idea that the Harris campaign was not on digital, that the IEs like Future Forward were not.
She's disgusting, by the way. She's very proud about being in a, organization that helps with bodily autonomy. You know what that is? Planned Parenthood. Let me tell you something. They make it sound so, words mean something, and they paint it like a beautiful picture. There's nothing good about Planned Parenthood. Full stop.
On digital and spending millions of dollars to reach those folks, to hire influencers, to bring them to the DNC, right? And have a totally different kind of outreach to young folks and people of color much differently than we have seen in the past. It doesn't mean that we need
young folks have and people of color have to be said separately. Like, there's always, oh my God, woo, like this will make me feel like I don't even want to be I'm not people of color. I'm Casey. It's just so annoying.
Need to know who Tank and Please and all the folks are, but they are out there and they are having those conversations.
Okay, I mean, look, I completely disagree with Johnson. This notion of we don't need to understand anything about the zeitgeist or where people are getting their news or information. We can spend millions of dollars to hire those online influencers to do the work for us. Yeah. How did that work out for you? I can't believe she said that. But what do you think, Jake?
Oh no, that was hilarious. That was one of the funniest things that's ever happened. So first of all, I love that moment where Van Jones, has an epiphany, but is mainly trying to force others into that epiphany. Mm-hmm. Guys, we think we're, the central point of this country, right? And everybody cares what we think, and what we say is the most important thing. But while we weren't paying attention, we became the fringe. People aren't even listening to us anymore. They're actually listening to the guys that we think are hilarious. Like, who are these people? Like, what are they, Ren and Stimpy? Right? I mean, we still get that to this day. I've been, we were the first partner for YouTube. We're the original YouTubers. My God, back in the day, for the last 20 years, YouTube, right? Like anything will come out of YouTube. Well, what happened now? Now you guys are the tiny fringe, and I love it. I'm here for it because you guys suck. But you support the rich and the powerful and the establishment that we all despise. That's why you were overturned. That's why people said, oh, I hate those guys. They're a bunch of liars. Let me go listen to some other folks. And they listen to some folks that led them astray, and they listen to some folks that made sense. But now we're in an actual marketplace of ideas. And not
Don't sleep. Hold on, let me finish.
Just like the tiny guardrails that the establishment media have. Oh, you're a Republican? Do you love corporations? Good. Do you a Democrat? Love corporations? Good. You don't love corporations? Get out of here, you radical, you lefty, righty loser. Get him out of here, that stupid populist. Okay? So, and then, but my favorite was.
But he all right, we don't even need to get into your favorite. He loves to do this thing about, get out of here, you populist. Like, stop trying to call people populist, bro. Stop trying to make fetch happen. Like, it's not happening. Listen, he's right about one thing, though. He is right about the fact that, there are, listen, I used to have Fox News on in the house from morning to night, no lie. Then Ukraine war started happening, and everybody sounded like CNN, except for Tucker Carlson. So then I would have him on at 8 o'clock. Then they fired Tucker Carlson, and I stopped watching. Okay, that's what happens. That is what happens. And I started watching the Duran. I started watching Jackson Hinkle. I started watching the Gray Zone. I started watching a lot of people who actually lean more left, actually. Jimmy Dore. Because I was like, y'all are not going to lie to me. You know what I mean? So, yeah, he's right about that part. But, like, Cenk is actually the corporate of YouTube, but that's a different story. Anyway, shout out to TYT for doing what they're doing, though. I'm not mad at anybody and how they get their bag. And I also do not hate $1 billion. Maybe I'm crazy for saying this. I'll see you guys at the next one. Bye.